when you say to her, and some of my taglines are, I want to shower you with so much free Tupperware it's going to blow your mind. And I want to make sure that she gets that much free Tupperware. Hosts date for several different reasons. One reason is, let's face it, we all love our friends. Somebody asked them to, right? Like Cheryl talked about. So somebody asked you to date a party. You may have run away and run the other way, but somebody dated a party to help someone else. Maybe you've got people at the party that are going to date a party with you because, let's face it, they see everything in the catalog, they want everything in the catalog, they want to buy everything in the catalog, but they know that if they buy everything in the catalog, their husband will kill them, and I don't want to be responsible for a murder. So, you want to make sure that she knows that she can get a lot for free. And the third one, which is really a pat on the back to you, is she had such an incredible time at the party that she met you at, whatever type of party it was, that she wants to be the recipient of all that love and all that free Tupperware to blow your mind. So most hostesses actually want to do well, but you have to teach them what that means. I can't tell you the times that I've said to people, oh, we're gonna have a great party, and we just need to get a couple datings, and their eyes got really big, like, and I'm married. So you have to, your lingo is maybe a little bit different than their lingo. So your hostess definitely wants to have a successful evening as much or more than you do. Those are her friends, whether it's on Facebook or live in her kitchen. You know, if she's going to fix food or if she's going to take time out of her busy schedule, she wants to make sure it's worth her while. And you only have a certain amount of hours in your day too, especially if you're doing, you know, home parties. So you've sectioned out maybe 2 or 3 days a week that you can do a party. And if that party doesn't hold, then you're not making any money that day, right? So what I want you to do is open up your green folder there, and inside you have some handouts. Oh, sorry.
Colorful folders.
Open up your beautiful folder in multicolors and find the handout that's in there. I've given you lots of different handouts because, let's face it, I borrowed it from other people. But the one I want you to look at is, it says host, mailing address, party address, date phone, and dated from. I don't know if you can see that far, but that's kind of what it looks like. There's several in there because I wanted to give you a selection to choose from. But I'm going to use this one to train with. It says host at the top. To the right of it, it says party date and time. At the bottom of the page, there's a number 10, and it says delivery follow-up call.
Right there. Go right here. Oh. This is what Angela did this.
So when you find it, look up at me, just like we used to do in the classroom. When you find it, look up at me. Very good. Thank you, Sheila. Okay. Good. Okay. So when I date a party, it doesn't matter what kind of party it is, I have a stack of these. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can either take this sheet of paper here and glue it to the outside of like an envelope, a manila envelope, and you're going to keep everything that pertains to that party, whether it's Facebook, home party, catalog party, fundraiser, whatever it is, you're going to keep everything inside that envelope. Or what I do is I use a folder, a manila folder, and I put this inside and I staple it to the inside of my folder. And then on the tab, I write the hostess's name. And I keep up with those because I'm old school and I like paper. So as soon as I get that, I've got it in there, and now I'm going to use this to host coach her throughout the days, weeks, or hopefully not a month. You're going to get all her information at the top because you want to know if I'm going to do mailings. I don't want to have to look up. Now, this is coming from somebody that has a hard time keeping up with addresses and phone numbers, okay? So I don't want to have to go back and look up her number every single time. So if I have Susie Q in a folder, I have Susie Q's host sheet on the inside of the folder, then I can keep up with everything about Susie Q. When I go to mail her something, when I go to text her something, everything about her is right there. So as soon as you've got the party dated, you're going to give them a party planning packet. And you're saying, well, Patty, I do a lot of Facebook parties. I don't need a party planning packet. Yes, you do. Because she doesn't know what she's going to get for free or what she's even working for. So this is what the wonderful party folder looks like. And I really do like it because not only is it bright and pretty and it doesn't get lost on their counter like, you know, just a yellow folder would, but when you open it up, it tells you the host rewards. And if you want to, you can take the host rewards that you printed out from your Tupperware site, and you can actually staple it or glue it and put it right inside there so she knows what her other bonuses are. So right away she knows, okay, if I have $1,000 or more, I'm going to get 20% free. Because I can't tell you how many times, especially in the beginning, when somebody would say, well, do I get anything free? Because you know there's lots of party plans out there that are not as good as Tupperware, right? And you sell all this stuff and you do all this and you get half price. So Tupperware has a great hostess program. You want to make sure she understands what the hostess program is. So have that in front of her. You want to have, I do 5 to 6 order forms, because if you put one order form in it, what are you telling her? I want one order. How many do you want? At least 5 or 6? If you want to, you can get those, you know, people have done the multiple order forms on a page. I like this because it gives me lots of copies. I have one for her, I have one for me, so I'm good with that. Then you're going to put 2 to 3, 3 to 4, however many you want of the sales flyers in there. Make sure you check out the date. I've had people come back to me and say, oh my gosh, I want this. And I'm like, oh gosh, that expired because you changed your party date. But you want to make sure that these are all, you know, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put a marker and I'll write on the front and I'll say expires April 13th. So she can't come back to me and say, well, I didn't know. So put that on there. Because again, this is your business, right? She just thinks it's a party. Put 2 to 3 catalogs in there, make sure your information is on the back. A lot of this seems really basic to some of you, but some of you are brand new, and like me, I can always use a refresher. So you want a couple catalogs in there. And then of course you're gonna put something in there about selling Tupperware. So just go through whatever you like, whether it's the Tupperware information that, you know, they have a little booklet that used to look like that. And then, or this one says the different types of consultants, because when you get this to her, you want her to have, you know, something else to look at. So then on the back of this folder, it has it says the more the merrier. And in your folder there, green, blue, yellow, pink, whatever folder it is, you've got a thing that says 40 guests in 4 minutes, or whatever it is. Okay, so that's an idea. This one has Frank on the back, because let's face it, how many times have you talked to somebody that says, everyone I know is right here? Or think, do you live in a box? I mean, you know people all over the place. So this kind of gives them people to invite, whether it's, again, Facebook home party, whatever it is. Then I also gave you kind of a wonky sheet that says, these are the people you need to invite to your party. It says, people to invite to your party besides your close friends and family. Persons who love to be organized. Is there anybody like that in the room? Loves to be organized. Okay? 4 of you. Okay. Friends who love to barbecue. Friends who have a freezer, like, you know, an extra freezer. Your hairstylist, your nail person. These are like out there kind of things, but it gets her thinking. You can even do a challenge with your hostesses, and you can say each line that you fill up, you go down this line, you get a bowl. You get down this line, you get a bowl. Or whatever you have, whatever that you could add to her order if you needed to. But anyone who stores flour, sugar, coffee, tea in the original wraps, mother-in-law. So this also gives her another way to invite people. Instead of just saying, do you want to come on a Tupperware party? I'm supposed to invite some people. She could say something like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to find at least one person who goes to a fitness class. Would you be that person? I'm supposed to invite someone who likes to bake. Would you be that person? So it gives her more ideas of who to invite and more choices, because unlike whoever was up here talking earlier, I've always been kind of shy. I know that's hard to believe, but I would have a hard time, you know, inviting just everyone. So this gives me really good word choices for myself, and it also gives the hostess good word choices. Okay? Now, the second thing you're going to do is you're going to friend request your host on Facebook, whatever kind of party that is. And I love what Shelly says. She says, just friend request me for the party. If you want to unfriend request me, you're welcome to do that. So go ahead and then you can set up your Facebook party or your home party or whatever kind of party. It's another way to invite. I personally find that I get so inundated with Facebook invitations from people I have no idea who they are. So whatever kind of party you have, you need to make sure that you instill upon the hostess how important it is that she personally invite, whether it is a text or in person at church. I get postcards that I print off, and I forgot to bring them, from, thank you, Vistaprint. And I have it, you know, what type of party, I have my name, I have, they can circle what kind of party it is, whether it's a, you know, margarita and more, whether it's a, you know, cooking class or organization class. You can put whatever you want. It just gives you some other things to tell the person. But if the party is really close in, or she may say to me, Patty, I only want to do Facebook. Well, I'm like, well, you know, Susie Q, what happens is we get so many invitations on Facebook, we need to find another way to make sure your friends feel special. Because how many of you have been invited to something, there's like 995 people. You're like, I don't even know what that is, I don't know who the person is, move along, right? So, I don't know if you all have Photify. I guess it depends on what level you have on your website that you pay for. But if you're, I think it's the third level maybe, $24.95, you get Photify. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like one person, okay. So, Tupperware has an agreement, I guess, with Photify. And it's this really cool app, and it's free, and if I can use it, you can use it. And it's got pictures, like straight out of the catalog. It's got little memes. It's really great. So what I do is I take that app and I pull up the picture, whatever the picture is. The one I'm using right now is a lady who's been stacked. You know, she's got fridge marks all over her, and I kind of blur out the Christmas tree. And then it has like little memes or little places you can put text. It says only at a party, and I take that off and I put, you know, the hostess's name or the date and time. And it's really, you know, it really looks like part of the catalog. It's really cool. So if you don't have it, go into your website and see if you have it, because a certain level has that. And it's not the top one, because I don't have the top one. So, but anyway, so I do that, I type that in, and then I text it. I'm done. Are you kidding me? Am I done, really? Wrap it up. Okay. So anyway, I texted to her, and then she's got an invitation. I can even use that picture on Facebook if I want to, but I make sure that I tell all my hostesses you need to be really personal about it. Okay, so the next one says, mail a thank you card, don't skip it, even if it's a Facebook party, even if it's a fundraiser. Thanks so much for dating a party with me. When my kids were little, I used to have a box between the seats, and when I would pull into, you know, dropping them off for preschool or picking them up from dance or whatever, actually I had two boys that didn't do dance, but anyway, you know what I mean. I would just jot a little, I'd take out my notebook, I'd have my folders in the car, and I'd just write up, thanks for dating a party with me on April 16th at 4 o'clock, look forward to seeing you, boom, throw up my mailbox before I drove in the car, and I'm being kicked off the stage. Okay. So, commitment is the key. You can read this, but honest to goodness, you've got to party plan your hostesses, you've got to stay in touch with them, whatever kind of party it is. Then you've got to follow up with them. I'm going to turn my back. Then you've got to make sure you follow up with them afterwards. And you've got to take really good care of your hostesses, because who knows, I know myself, when you get bad, what you perceive as bad customer service, it doesn't take you 2 seconds to tell every single person you've ever known. But if you're a great hostess consultant, you've given her all the free products you can give her, you've helped her figure out how are we going to get datings for this party, how are we going to get extra sales, maybe you've added a little bit out of your party pool, it gets her almost to the next level. She's going to remember you, and the next time she wants free products, she's going to call you. The next time she hears somebody talk that says, oh, you know, I might want to sell to her, she's going to give them your name because you've given her great customer service. They're not looking at me. Okay. I also do a bingo. I do a bingo. So mail it to them, and you can alter this. This is really old, but you can alter it any way you want. And one way I loved inspiring them to have 10 people at their party by saying, when you have 10 people at your party,